So it takes a little bit of fiddling around to get this to hang on, but the main thing is to use a bar like this to get your tire down enough that you can get this bottom lip of this down in there. And then tighten this a little bit, and it can be tipping forward a little bit. When you tighten this, then it will make this stand up straight, because it'll start pinching here and it'll force this under there, and then this will go in underneath the rim, and this device will start to stand up straight. And you want this to go in all the way to the rim if you can. Tighten this up and it'll stand up straight. Sometimes it can be a little tricky, but you'll get it. It'll be tricky to get it to hang on to here, because this is a really weird rim angle, but it does if you just take your time and then put it in there so that it's kind of tipped this way a little, and then start tightening it, and then it will stand up nice and straight like that. Then start ratcheting this up, and I would use a ratchet, because if you use an air wrench or something, you're liable to wreck something, at least during this first part. So test it a little, and the middle foot starts pushing down the edge of your tire to break the bead. That's really hard to see, but you get the general gist of it. The bead is starting to get pushed down by the middle section there. What you have to be careful of, though, is that the middle section isn't still not far enough under, because that will start pushing at the wrong spot. So just keep an eye on that, and then back it off, and then tighten this some more to get it in right to the edge. So back this one off, and then tighten this up a bit more, and then start cranking on this again. And just keep an eye. You'll want a light handy so you can look down in there and see what progress you're making. But believe me, I was going to give up and go to the tire guys and just get them to do it. And then I took my time, and that's the thing with tires. Take your time, and it actually does work if you know how to do it properly. I don't know if you can see in there. I'll try and get the light right here. But the foot is in fact right on top of the tire, the one that pushes down, and so it's nicely positioned, so I can just keep pushing down. And then what I do after the bead, it gets past the bead, then I grab something like this iron here if I have one, or I could just use this and help the bead down, go around and help the bead down. But I might put a few more turns on this nut here just to get it down even further. Okay, so I gave it a couple more turns. I'm going to get in here. Oh yeah, that's going down easy now. Look here. Yeah. And then basically you've got the bead broken all the way around. Some people say take this off and put it on the other side, but if you do it properly, you don't need to. This bead is broken all the way around now. I'll just work around there. There it goes, and it's down. So that's that side done. Now I'm on the other side of the tire. So I'll go put this in here maybe a little. And if the bead's still on, it's pretty hard to get in here. But what you want to do is you want to set it up so that your edge of your device, this thing here, nice clean shop I have here, so that the edge of your device fits down in there. And it says in the instructions, use a mallet if you want. What I do is I usually use my bar, and I just open it up on one side, put one side in like that, and open it up on the other side over here, and slide that part in. And then I worry about getting that clamp somewhere where I can start tightening it up. So here now I take this, I've got it. This is a really good side. It's easy to get a hold of the thing. The other side is kind of complicated, but it's doable. You just have to kind of work it. Anyway, I'm lifting this up now, and I can tighten it, and then try and get it to this foot to go as far in toward the edge of this as I can by tightening this. And then after that happens, and when I tighten this now, this will stand up nice and straight. And so now I did that. I tightened it some more with this clamp, and now it's standing up nice and straight. And if I have it this too tight, then the foot won't be able to slide down the inside of the rim. So just be a little careful of that. You might loosen this a little after you've got it in place, just to make sure it can go in, but you want it as close to the rim as possible without biting into the rim down in here. Because that makes sure you got a hold of all the rubber and you're pushing it down that way. Now I give it a couple of, maybe half a dozen turns, and see how the foot is doing, the one that is breaking the bead, the middle foot there. See how it's doing. Make sure it's positioned nicely. I'll do that. And if this needs to be tightened up more so that this is in closer to the rim, which I think it needs to be, then I will back this off a little and then tighten this up. Now that this is loosened, now that this tire is pushed down a little ways, it's easier to get the whole thing in. So loosening it off again, like so, and then giving it another tighten like this. Just tightening this up a bit. If I can, I'll have to shut the camera off to do this though. And now, if you can see down in there, you can see, you have to look carefully, you can see the foot is pushing down. It's a little crooked. That's the foot down in there. See how that middle foot has gone down and it's pushing. It's a little crooked, but it's still, it's not damaging the bead or anything, so that's good. So I'll just keep cranking away and pop this bead. As I cranked on it, it was starting to look like it was giving the tire a bit of a rough time, so I just grabbed my mallet and tapped this to straighten it out, and it worked good. I backed it off a couple of turns on the main screw here though, and took the pressure off, and then I left the clamp in place, and I could even tighten that, but now it's nice and straight, so it should work good. So that's the beads broken, and yeah, just another little push down there, and down it went. Then just leveraged it with the bar along here, and then you hear poof, and it pops and goes down, and then you just work your way around the outside, and it all just goes easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Good little device here. Wish I had more tires to do. I do. I've got 6 more, so that's good.